Just put in the fastest lap. Good job.
And I'm joined once again by Anthony Davidson to bring you the lowdown for today's race. Why don't we discuss Red Bull? We have a number of changes to the aerodynamic regulations this year, and the signs haven't looked good for them so far in terms of getting to grips with those changes.
There are a few downcast looks within the team this weekend. I think they've been hit fairly hard by the new regs. But this is only the first step down a long road of development, and even if they don't maximise their points today, there are plenty more up for grabs this season.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Hamilton, Sainz, Charles Leclerc and Verstappen, Gasly, Weber, Butler and George Russell, Perez, Ricciardo, Daniel Kvyat and Magnussen, Norris, Stroll, Kimi Raikkonen and Alexander Albon, Kubica and Red. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
They're on old mediums. The distance to the leader is 15.1 seconds. Your pit window will open in 7 laps time, 27 laps to go. George is coming in for his stop. We're leading our hearts. Green flag, we're racing again. George is in the pits. George in the pits. There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining. This is your final lap of the race. Yes, you've done it. Well done.
Another race and another win for McLaren. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Well, the safety car completely changed the race, didn't it? It's hard to say exactly what would have happened without it, but there's no question that they came out of that situation in a good position.
As the winners make their way up to the podium, one can only imagine the celebrations that will take place at McLaren tonight. Congratulations to everyone on the team, securing the win and proving they're a force to be reckoned with out on the track. And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the Drivers' Table. Red takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship. Now, let's discuss, Ants. Who would you say is a contender for Driver of the Day?
I have to give it to Red. They demonstrated a very delicate touch in close proximity to other cars, as well as showing a lot of maturity and patience in difficult situations.
Let's move on to the Constructors. McLaren supplant the previous leaders, taking control of the championship. Meanwhile, Toro Rosso's strong weekend allows them to continue their march up the table. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
Mind that front wing. It'll need replacing if it takes too much damage. Seconds left in the session. Excellent lap. We're really pleased.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top three today. Red, Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas. Goodbye for now then, but we're really just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow. Single DRS zone as well, so don't expect that to make overtaking any easier today. And it's an absolute pleasure to be joined once again by Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about Red. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
They've been avoiding mistakes and have had solid pace, so it's been a good season so far, but whether they can keep that up long term remains to be seen.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Red lines up on pole position and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Sainz, Max Verstappen and Russell, Vettel, Ricciardo, Butler and Kimi Raikkonen, Gasly, Perez, Lance Stroll and Faber, Norris, Magnussen, Alexander Albon and Daniel Kvyat. Kubica and Charles Leclerc completes today's grid order. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Okay, it's a short run to Saint-Devote, and you know what Monaco's like, so try to defend this lead. Release. That's a race win and your second race win in a row. Fantastic job.
Brilliant stuff from McLaren today. What a superb victory. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Taking care of the car was absolutely vital today. It's been obvious all weekend that the pace was there, but look at the attrition rate we've had. They would have been very concerned about any minor anomaly towards the latter stages of this Grand Prix.
Our drivers are making their way out for the podium celebrations, and it's going to be McLaren picking up the winner's trophy. Congratulations to the entire team for that fantastic performance. Red increases their championship lead, and now let's take a look at the driver's standings. Let's focus on the driver of the day, Anthony Davidson. Who do you pick?
Charles Leclerc showed exactly how to manage yourself out on the track today. He was almost flawless out there. Incredible stuff.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. McLaren continue to increase their gap at the top. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for the next one.
Great work out there today. Let's have your thoughts.
Do you think your rival learned from his battle with you? Do you think you were lucky not to end your race with that crash?
Well, thanks anyway.